Welcome back to Faith is the Podcast. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Today we're going to be exploring Pastor Chris Oyakhilome's teachings on quiet time. This is something I've been really looking forward to unpacking. And before we get into the meat of it, as a quick shout out to our sponsor, Business Referred. If you're a local business looking to grow, hit them up at info@businessreferred.com.
They do great work.
Okay, so Pastor Chris really emphasizes that spending quiet time with God is like crucial. You know, like for a fulfilling life, no matter what you do or what your goals are. He even says every great man or woman in the Bible had such an experience with God. That really got me thinking.
It's powerful, right? He's connecting that time and quiet reflection with achieving great things. And it's interesting. It echoes what we see in a lot of spiritual traditions, that emphasis on solitude and reflection for personal growth.
Makes you think about what they were experiencing back then. And I love that he talks about creating a mental wilderness, because it's not always about finding some, remote mountaintop, especially for those of us in the thick of it, in busy cities and all of.
It's so practical, though. He's talking about relaxing completely, turning off the lights, shutting your eyes, and just being there until you get yourself in. Sounds a lot like meditation or mindfulness. Finding that stillness within.
Yeah, exactly. Even amidst the chaos. And he also mentions keeping writing materials close by. During your quiet time, he says it's like a sign of faith.
Yeah.
And being open to guidance.
It's like saying, okay, God, I'm here, I'm listening.
Right. Like, what do you have to say?
And that active listening, that's where those insights can come through, those flashes of inspiration.
He goes so far as to say, if you do not keep a writing material close by, he will not be willing to tell you very important things.
Wow. So it's like God sees our preparedness and responds accordingly.
Yeah, and that we have a part to play in this communication. Not just passively waiting, but creating the right conditions.
It's a two-way street.
And now, here's where it gets really interesting. Pastor Chris brings up speaking in tongues as a way to activate the Spirit and connect more deeply with the Holy Spirit.
That idea of activating the Spirit, it ties into this concept of spiritual synchronization, where that consistent quiet time aligns our actions with a greater plan.
It's like we're fine-tuning ourselves.
To receive that guidance?
Exactly, and to act on it.
So Pastor Chris lists some powerful benefits of quiet time. Divine guidance, experiencing peace, even achieving success. He sees it as totally transformative.
And these benefits aren't limited to one specific faith or tradition. They pop up in so many spiritual and personal development practices.
Yeah.
Quiet time can lead to greater self-awareness, resilience, a stronger sense of purpose.
It all contributes to a more fulfilling life, as he puts it. He'll keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on him. That's incredibly comforting. Definitely speaks to that longing for peace amidst the chaos, and that we can find it through this practice, through connecting with that divine source within.
Yeah, it's not about escaping reality, but finding that inner stillness that helps us navigate it all with more clarity and grace.
It's something we all need.
Absolutely.
Regardless of our beliefs or background.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
A gift we can give ourselves. And you know what? I think we should take a moment to do just that. We'll be right back to continue this deep dive into Pastor S.'s teachings on quiet time.
It's interesting how he connects quiet time to practical stuff too, not just the spiritual side of things.
Oh yeah, totally.
He believes it can really impact our daily lives.
I mean, he even talks about how it can help people achieve more success in their careers or businesses.
Exactly. He uses that example of someone wanting their small business to grow, really grow into something big.
Yeah.
And he suggests that quiet time can play a role in that.
He talks about being in synchrony with God's plan, tapping into a wisdom beyond our own to make those better decisions.
Like that intuition so many successful people talk about, that gut feeling that guides them to make the right choices. Maybe quiet time strengthens that connection to that inner wisdom.
It makes you think. Maybe quieting the noise helps us hear that inner voice more clearly. And maybe that voice is connected to something bigger.
It's a fascinating idea that we all have that potential to access that wisdom and reach our full potential. But it's not just about material success. He also talks about the peace that comes from quiet reflection.
Right. He quotes, "He'll keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on him." That unshakable peace.
That's something we all long for, right? That sense of peace in the middle of all the chaos. And he suggests we can find it through this practice.
He talks about aligning our minds with God's will, living in God's perfect will for your life.
Surrendering our worries and anxieties. Trusting in something greater.
Surrender. That's a key part of so many spiritual traditions.
Letting go of control, opening ourselves to that guidance and support.
And finding that peace and liberation. It's interesting how he says that. Most people's unhappiness comes from being outside of the will of God. Makes you think.
It makes you question if you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Are we living in alignment with what truly matters? Are we chasing things that might be leading us further away?
Maybe quiet time can help us answer those questions.
It's a journey of self-discovery, and maybe quiet time can be the guide.
I like how he emphasizes how unique each individual is.
Right. He says, there's nobody was ever like you. Nobody in this world today is like you. Nobody will ever be like you. Such a powerful statement.
That's so encouraging. Embrace your individuality. Let your light shine.
He connects it to our purpose. We were all raised for the glory of God.
We all have a unique calling.
Our own path. And maybe quiet time can help us find it, discover our gifts and how we can use them.
Shine for the master.
We're all little lights meant to illuminate the world.
That's a beautiful image.
Our lives aren't just about us. We're meant to contribute to something bigger, make a positive impact.
And maybe quiet time is what keeps those lights burning.
It's like a key to unlocking our full potential.
Yeah. In every area of life.
Not just spiritual, but more effective in the world, more
Yes.
aligned with our purpose.
Absolutely. And he's so clear about that unique potential each of us has.
Oh, totally. He says, there's nobody was ever like you. Nobody in this world today is like nobody will ever be like you.
It's a powerful reminder.
Embrace your individuality. Shine your light.
Exactly. And he ties that back to our purpose. We were all raised for the glory of God.
It's like we each have a unique calling.
And quiet time can help us figure that out. How to use our gifts to make a difference.
Shine for the master.
Like little lights illuminating the world.
Our lives aren't just about us. We're part of something bigger.
And quiet time keeps those lights burning bright. This has been so inspiring. I feel like I get it now. Quiet time and its power to change lives.
It's a practice for everyone.
Truly.
No matter what you believe. Taking that time to connect with that inner wisdom, find peace, align with your purpose.
It's a gift.
A gift to ourselves.
And to the world. A huge thank you to you for joining us on Faith is the Podcast today, and to Business Referred. You can reach them at info@businessreferred.com for all your local business advertising needs. Until next time, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep shining your light.